Heath, congratulations on being inducted in the California Wrestling Hall of Fame. Much deserved.
Great, yeah, thank you very much. It's an honor.
Yeah. You've had a lot of people that affected you and coached you during your career and all. What individual had the greatest impact on your career in wrestling, Heath?
I would say the individual with the biggest impact on my wrestling career would have to be Bob Anderson. I met Bob after my sophomore year in high school, and he pretty much took me under his wing and coached me all my whole career after that.
Yeah, I would say he would be probably the influential individual, especially, encouraging you to continue Greco-Roman wrestling and train in it, and you kind of forego the collegiate scene after high school because of that.
It was never one big plan. It just kind of all happened, and Gogi came into the picture and had a really good Greco coach, and then he needed partners there, so other guys would be there, so created a good situation for me, and just kind of one thing worked out into another thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Who was your wrestling idol growing up?
My wrestling idol.
Somebody you looked up to as a competitor that you tried to emulate?
I don't think I really tried to emulate anyone. I really saw people and saw different things that they were really good at, and I always kind of picked apart different guys and go, man, I'd really like to be able to shoot a single like that guy, or man, I wish I could headlock like that guy, or man, this guy's intensity is so high. I need that intensity. So one guy doesn't really stick out in particular, but I would just constantly look for what guys were good at and try to steal it from them.
I think most people are a compilation of many people.
Yeah, that's just the way wrestling is.
What aspect of your personality, Heath, do you think is the most important for you to be as successful as you have been in wrestling? Obviously, making an Olympic team and competing in the Olympics and that sort of thing. That's about as high as you can go.
I think really to be successful in wrestling is you just have to be humble. You have to be willing to learn, make mistakes, and take criticism. You have to improve on things that you don't do right and things you have to do better. And if you take that the wrong way and you don't listen to your coaches or listen to other advice,
you miss out.
You just never improve.
Yeah, absolutely. What's your one most outstanding memory you have in the sport of wrestling?
My one most outstanding memory?
Yeah.
Well, probably making the Olympic team was, probably my highlight.
Yeah, absolutely.
But man, I had so many. I really enjoyed traveling and meeting different people and wrestling in different countries. But one thing in particular is kind of hard.
Yeah, is there one like single match or event in particular you think is like the highlight that you'll always remember?
Yeah, it's going to have to be making the Olympic team. That was, something I tried for years and years, and to finally make that come true.
And you did that after an injury?
Well, I was training and trying to make the Olympic team in 1992. I was the number 2 seed, and I didn't make the team then. And I was the number 1 seed in 1995, going into 1996, and I didn't make the team then.
Yeah.
And then I said, forget this wrestling stuff. For about a year and a half, I didn't wrestle again on that. Then I got back into it and just started having fun again, and just everything came in a line and worked out for me in 2000.
Yeah, which was awesome.
Yeah.
How did you get involved in the sport of wrestling? Obviously, you went to Woodbridge High School, not like a super wrestling powerhouse. What got you involved in it?
Yeah, it's funny. Me and one of my friends were signing up for classes, and we were in junior high together, and we said, we should do wrestling. And really, that was it. We just kind of decided for a moment, hey, let's try wrestling.
Let's do it.
And I jumped in there, yeah. My dad was a former wrestler, but he never really pushed me to start wrestling. once I started wrestling,
He
gave me a lot of
supported you.
support.
Yeah.
But
Now, if you're at the end of your career as far as wrestling goes, now you're in MMA and coaching. Are you still fighting now, or
no,
you just
I don't
training
fight. I just,
training
yeah, I
guys?
just coach, and I teach a lot of wrestling, but a lot of it's MMA related now.
Right.
But more, yeah, it's all coaching aspects now.
Okay. So in your wrestling career, if we just think back to that, is there anything that you would do differently now that you've reached the end of it?
Oh. I don't know what I'd do different. There's certain things I did when I trained. I think I emphasized some things that probably looking back on probably aren't as important. But I don't know. It's just hard to complain. You take the good with the bad, and you try as hard as you can, and you train as hard as you can, and just hope everything works out. And going back and saying, I should have done this or should have done that, it's kind of hard to say because maybe I would have just screwed it up.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think all of us have felt that, the good experiences and the bad experiences help make you who you are. And,
Sure.
You take away any one of those components and it might be different. It may never. What would you like people to remember about you? I know it's kind of a weird question to ask, like a morbid, but you're a young guy. You go, what do you want people to know about Heath Sims?
Really, when I started wrestling, people always ask me, what do you want? I just always thought if I just gave it 100% and really did everything I could to be my best, who knows how I would end up, but at least people knew this guy's doing everything he can to be as good as he can, training 100%, training, the best he can, and, maybe I was going to be successful, maybe I wasn't, but that was my goal.
But you're going to give it your best.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good thing. Well, once again, congratulations. Thanks for flying all the way over here from Singapore to join us tonight. We appreciate it. And enjoy your evening, Heath.
All right. Thanks so much.